Yo, what's going on, everybody? Pat Garcia here. It's almost like damn near 3 in the morning. I was just playing back some footage of a video blog that I shot earlier today after work, and the sound was just unbearable. Filmed it out in one of the soccer fields in Union City, and I was thinking about uploading it and be like, yo, Mother Nature really kicked my ass today with that wind, but it's just her way of you know teaching me how to become a better video production guy. All right, so anyways, that's besides the point. So jumping into things, I saw Kick-Ass 2 yesterday, well, the day before, because technically Friday today, so I saw it Wednesday night, and lo and behold, the first one was better. There's a lot of things in the second movie that was sort of lacking in terms of the spark in the first movie. But anyways, the reason why I'm talking about Kick-Ass 2 is because there was a scene in it that sort of inspired today's video journal, or Vernal, as I like to call them. So a couple of spoiler alerts. A lot of people die in the movie. The fact that so many people die in the movie, it kind of makes the deaths, not really bearing so much weight. So they don't really mean anything, but they just sort of propel the plot forward. So there's a character in the movie named Chris D'Amico, who plays the Red Mist in the first movie, and sort of becomes the main supervillain in this movie. And after the death of Chris D'Amico's parents, he's sort of been looked after by one of his father's henchmen, played by John Leguizamo. And spoiler alert: halfway through the movie, John Leguizamo dies. But before he does, Chris D'Amico, who changes his name, who into the motherfucker as the main villain, goes to visit his uncle in the prison, and his uncle's just telling him, yo, you need to stop all these things, leave all the evil, heinous acts to the big boys. But he's like, no, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And his uncle's like, here, I want you to hear something. So he makes a phone call and hands the phone to Chris, who now goes by the motherfucker at this point, and he holds the phone up to his ear. And on the other line is John Leguizamo, and he's asking him, yo, what's going on? Are you still in there? What's happening? And while he's on the phone with his mentor right now, John Leguizamo, who's helping him form this super villain team, John Leguizamo actually gets killed while he's talking on the phone to Chris D'Amico, which is the motherfucker character. And after he hears all this, he hangs up the phone, looks his uncle deep in the eyes, who had John Leguizamo killed, and basically tells his uncle, thank you for that. I needed this. And I thought that was in the midst of a very wacky movie. Not much substance there. I mean, people go watch it for Hit Girl anyways. I thought that scene was pretty cool because it kind of pertained to what I'm going through in my life right now. Basically, when life is just trying to mess with you and trying to like punk you and stuff, I'm learning how to look life in the eye and be like, thank you, I needed this. And that's called emotional leverage. I previously made a video about emotional leverage, explaining how we sort of need to get our asses kicked every once in a while to wake us up from the monotony of life, so we can ignite that fire in order for us to move forward. Well, how that pertains to what's going on with me is the fact that there are certain things that have been triggered in my life in order for me to sort of fight back, to say there are certain things in my life that are calling me out on my BS. Okay, and part of that has to do with understanding Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, when you take a look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I'm not completely sure about the particular order, but when you study our human DNA and our human biology, right? The only thing that our mind and our body cares about is we get to eat, sleep, which I should be doing right now, shit, and have sexual interactions. So those are the only things that our biology and our human DNA actually care about. What I find fascinating is what our body and our biology don't care about is our dreams, our goals, and our aspirations. Our mind doesn't actually give a crap about all that stuff. It is only its only job actually is to make sure that we live day to day and we just merely just get by. And that's when the mundane things happen. There's a quote on my cover, so stupid, my cover picture on my Facebook timeline, and I'm gonna butcher this because I don't really memorize it by heart, but it's there, you can take a look at it. And that's like basically essentially saying that when things are going fine in life, when things are going okay, that's all fine and dandy, but in order to unlock our true selves and discover who we really are, we need to be tested in times of controversies and certain hardships and issues. So being able to go through life without a care in the world is fine, and it definitely feels good, but it's only through times of controversy and when we're being tested till we truly begin to discover who we really are as people. Because in order for you to sort of find out who you really are, you need to be tested, and that's what David D'Angelo, no, actually David Data, who wrote the book Way of the Superior Man, calls your edge. When you're leaning towards your edge, when you're staring face to face with your edge, which is your fears, your hate, and all the stuff that you push against, that's what's gonna enable you to fully unlock what kind of person you are. When people lift weights, they refer to it as resistance training, all right? Because the more you try to lift or push something that's being resistant to you, you unlock your potentials about yourselves, and you test your core strength. Now, we need to be grateful when these things happen, and that's what I'm learning. When hard times fall on me, we need to look at it and say, thank you, I needed this, because I need to wake the hell up.